So I'm sure many of you are familiar with Jennifer Linn. She is a composer, arranger, and editor and clinician for Hal Leonard. Her more than 200 publications include original compositions, classical compilations, and pop arrangements for piano students of all ages. A few to highlight are Journey Through the Classics, our brand new Jennifer Linn Series, various Schirmer performance editions, Hal Leonard Piano for Kids and Teens, the methods, and all the materials. She has taught privately, just like many of you, for more than 30 years, teaching all ages as well as group instruction and piano pedagogy at a university level. So joining us from beautiful Colorado, let's welcome Jennifer.
Hi, everyone.
Hey!
I can't believe we're together. It's been a long time.
It's so nice, isn't it?
It really is. Thank you, Chrissy. And Chrissy is an amazing musician, guitarist, singer, Dolly Parton wannabe, everything. So I'm honored that she's helping me this morning with this workshop. And I hope all of you out there are forgiving. Will you please forgive my stumbles? This is my first webinar, and I will be excited to share all kinds of new things with you, and we'll get through this together. I would like to start with the new Jennifer Linn series, and the first book I'll be talking about is the Fun Songs for Kids. It's an early bird level. And so let's talk about the series. What is unique about my series is that everything in each book will be progressive order. So the first piece will be easier than the last piece and everything in between. I like that idea because the kids can grow with the book, especially the young ones when they're learning so quickly. And when you buy one book at one level, they're pretty bored after even 3 or 4 pieces that they are ready for some challenge. So they progress along with the book. There are 5 levels in the Jennifer Linn series. The early bird, which I'm going to start with. There's easy elementary, elementary plus, easy intermediate, and intermediate plus. So I don't have a book in every level yet, but I will soon. So let's start with Fun Songs for Kids, and we'll start with the first piece, Backpack Blues, just to get a look at the way the page looks. You've got staff notes, and you have the note names inside the notes so that the kids have a lot of help with learning how to do this. And this piece just starts with one hand at a time. And it does introduce some quarter rests, quarter notes, and half notes. And then we'll move on to the next piece, and we'll listen a little bit to the teacher duets. And in this book, there's teacher duets with everything there for you. I'm looking at your messages. I see all these fun messages from people I know. Hello, hello. Okay, I got to stay focused on attic stairs. Here we go. I pre-recorded the duets on a little speaker, Bluetooth speaker, so that you could hear the duet with it. This piece now expands the keyboard just a little bit. They learn F and G, and they play staccato, and the dynamics are introduced here to piano and forte. One, two, three, four. All right. Would help if I turned on my speaker, but we'll do that in the next one. Let's go on to the next piece. It's Song of the Buffalo. I live out here with the buffalo, where the buffalo roam and bears roam and all kinds of critters. So I like this little song. In a time not long ago, roamed the mighty buffalo, but just imagine when the bison numbered in the millions. Try this again. One, two, three, four. I have to show you this little, on this facing page, there's this nice little bear. Yeah, I had a bear in my yard like 3 or 4 times this year, just wandering by the front door. So I feel right at home. This is a nice little page kids could color and give some preview of what the pieces are about. So moving on just a little bit more. My next, this is, I think, my favorite, is Mountain Train. What student doesn't want to play clusters? So this introduces playing more than one note at a time and playing the clusters together of all the pieces, all the notes that are in the piece. It's also the first 2-page piece and introduces a whole note, and it also uses no thumbs. So we'll listen to this little choo-choo train. You know, we always need pieces for that first recital. And I don't know about you, but having a little duet with the students is so helpful for them because they're a little bit afraid, and it helps them be more comfortable. And this is a nice little recital, first recital piece. One, two, three, four. Okay, let's try that again. I didn't have my pages up here. Here we go. I have to pay attention. Here it is. Let's start again. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, I think I'm going to just take a look at the Kumbaya. So in this book, you've heard all my originals, several of the originals, but there's also familiar tunes like Kumbaya, Hush Little Baby, Bingo, and The Bear Went Over the Mountain. So I thought I would play the original since you already know these songs, and the kids will have a lot of fun singing Kumbaya. That'll be just so much fun. And then we'll go on to the last piece, The Secret Cave. And Secret Cave is kind of combines a lot of things they've played in the book. But now they have crescendo and diminuendo. They have the mezzo forte, mezzo piano. They have more leaps. You know, they leap of a fourth there in the measure 6 to 7. So it has a few more challenges. And by the way, you'll notice the staff lines are very narrow. So I did that on purpose. And I wanted it to be, the note had still to be on staff, but not in the way. So, and for whatever reason, I don't know why the PDF on there, the the time signature looks odd. It's probably just a PDF thing. It doesn't look like that on the real book. So just a font thing. All right, here goes Secret Cave. And this one, the teacher gets to play in the high part, in the high register, and the student plays in as written. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last lyric in that is, "What are the secrets it holds within?" And I just love those little eyes in the cave too. The students will, I think, have fun with it. So that's fun songs for kids. And I think we all like seeing some new pieces when they're in their primers for whatever method you're using. You get a little tired teaching the same piece over and over again. So I'm hoping this adds a little fun to your beginners. All right, let's move on to exciting book. I have Disney Heroines. That is the most awesome cover, and it's the most awesome title. I was so happy that Disney was willing to go with this title, because I don't think they have another piano book for sure, that has the word heroines. It's always princesses. But I have a picture I have to share with you of why it has to be heroines, because that's not, yeah, that right there. She is a force of nature, this little baby. Her name is Ivy, and she is my first granddaughter. And that's my daughter, Megan, there. She tells me that Ivy, she carries around this book and likes to chew on the corner, so I can see the bent up corner. She loves the pictures. So, I want my daughter to be a heroine, not just a princess, my granddaughter. So I'm excited about this book. All right, so moving on. The first one I'm going to play for you is, well, I'm sorry, go back to the contents. I forgot. Just looking at all the great tunes. You've got Belle, A Dream, A Wish Your Heart Makes, How Far I'll Go, Just Around the River Bend, The Next Right Thing, Part of Your World, Reflection. There are all of these heroines, from Pocahontas to Mulan to Anna, Tiana. They are maybe songs that maybe even you don't know. So, but they are wonderful. So Show Yourself is from Frozen 2. And I'm going to go ahead and start in the middle where the chorus is, because you might not know the beginning part. So I'm not playing what's on your page there, but you get the idea. probably heard the syncopation in there, and I'll just make a comment that I chose in this level book. This one is Elementary Plus, to go ahead and keep the integrity of the syncopation and rhythm and not square it off completely. I mean, some of it is squared just to make it not too difficult to read, but it's I think the kids know the songs and they know the rhythms and they want to sing it that way. And so you're always fighting that you want them to play what's on the page and that not just play by ear. And so I said, let's just keep the rhythm and keep the keyboard placement and the key signatures and all of those things simple. All right. So next we've got, I think I'm going to jump to the movie. We have a song called "The Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes," and I have a little video of me playing this. And I just want to say, you'll notice I used Alberti bass simple in the left hand, and the whole piece is played an octave higher, so it has a real sweet sound to it. And I love the lyrics in this song. In dreams, you will lose your heartaches. Whatever you wish for, you keep. So I love that. Lose your heartaches and wish, whatever you wish for, you get to keep. So I think it's a great sentiment. It's such a great song. And I feel so honored to be able to arrange it. All right. Well, I did a little video, so it won't have a glitch, hopefully, from streaming. So I hope you enjoy it. I like that song. Here's a song I'm gonna do a little bit of called "The Next Right Thing," and this is a song you may not know, but it's also from Frozen 2, and it's a sad song. And I know the first time I heard it, I cried. I thought, that's okay. This kids need things to feel their emotions, and it's been a rough year, and for them and their teachers. And so I don't know. I'm going to try to sing, but please forgive my singing. I'm not a singer, but I know that some of you aren't either. So, but this is about Anna, and she thinks someone very dear to her has passed away or is gone or lost, dead. And she sings this piece. Can there be a day beyond this night? I don't know anymore what is true. I can't find my direction. I'm all alone. Still makes me cry. All right. That's all I'll play out of this book. I think we'll be done with it. If you have any questions, it's, I think, a winner. You can bring students back and get them back on track. I think this is great music, and they know the songs, and it will motivate them to learn the rhythms too. So thank you. All right. I think we're on to the Showstoppers book. This is all original. These are all original pieces in here. And it is at the easy intermediate level. I would say it's easy intermediate because there's more pianistic movement. There's hand over hand, crossing over. There's some challenging rhythms and challenging musical concepts in here too. But it still starts quite easy and progresses. So we're going to start with Bluebird Lullaby, which is just a little waltz. I won't play all of it. We'll just go through it. In 3/4 time. Has a nice little sweet feel to it and easy to play. The next song is Peace. Is great for students who need to learn to keep a steady beat. This is very steady, and it's also for students who love to go fast. So Tricky Traffic has, I would say, car horns, you'll hear them, and it has two-handed minor ninth chords and diminished seventh chords, so some different sounds. And so I'm going to play Tricky Traffic. They get to play loud. What child doesn't like this? Good for using your arms. It's fun. Then this is on page. The next piece is A Sprinkle of Rain, and this one uses some 5/4 time on the second page that you can't see. You cross over with your left hand. But it does go back from 5/4 to 3/4, so it gives it kind of an interesting sound. And pedal. comes back to the A and finishes with a nice, sweet ending. The next piece is Tiger Chase, but I'm not playing that one. We're going to move on to talking about the Prelude to the Brave. So this is the last piece in the book, and felt like I wanted to thank every healthcare worker, every policeman, fireman, every teacher for getting through this last year and a half. And I liked this kind of strong piece. And especially, I hope you like the B section has a left-hand melody that I like. Comes back to the A. So next I'm going to take a look at what I think is the most unusual set of pieces in this book, and it's called Stargazer Suite. There are 4 pieces, short one-page pieces in this Stargazer Suite, and I always like having short projects, especially for some students, that they can absorb it and learn it and feel like they got it under their. It's not such a long project. They can accomplish it quickly. So Stargazer Suite is unusual in that every piece has to do with stars or the universe. The first one is Black Hole. So of course it's all on black keys, but it's in the stationary hand position. So the students don't have to leave, but it really calls on them to be expressive and unusual, and please use freedom on this. I have a video. You're going to listen to me play all these pieces, but really it's open to all kinds of interpretation and even, I would say, tempo. So it's just a skeleton. All right, the next piece is Falling Star, and this one has in measure 3 you'll see kind of a chromatic descending motive, and that comes back 3 times, and that is the only one that uses pedals. So listen for the little falling star. And then the next one is Lost Star, and this quirky little piece is, I think, one of my favorites because the melodic element shifts. It sort of meanders with questioning and hesitating motives, with different colors, and then it ends with a whole tone scale, and there's even a sense of rescue or maybe resolution to major at the end, but still with a question mark. And then the last piece is Supernova. The right hand is on black keys, the left hand is on white key, but it's very doable. And you know, you may find these unusual, but the kids, with all the video games and all the music that's so progressive that they listen to, I think they're gonna really like this little set, and keep adding as they learn each piece, be wanting to learn the next one. All right, so I'll let the Chrissy go to the video, and you can hear me just play it straight through. Great. I hope you have fun with those pieces, and I look forward to hearing feedback from you at some point in person, right? Some person someday. Okay.
Hi. That was gorgeous, Jennifer. Great presentation so far.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I love seeing where everyone is from. Thanks for messaging us in the chat. Now we have time for our giveaway. So we have a couple questions about what Jennifer has just presented. So basically the fastest typer wins. So put those piano skills to use. All right, so each winner will receive all the books that are being presented today. So question 1. What is the title of the first song that Jennifer presented from the Fun Songs for Kids? And you can just type your answer in the chat. All right. Oh, Katie Johnson. Well, she was close. It was Backpack Blues. Katie said Blue Backpack. I think we'll go with that, right? All right, question 2. What state does Jennifer currently reside in? What state does Jennifer live in? With all of her bears and critters outside of her front door. Yes, Carol Griffith, Colorado. Excellent. So we'll contact you, and again, you'll get all the books that she's presenting today. And if you don't hear from us, make sure to email edpianowebinars@howleonard.com. If you are interested in any of the books being presented or any other Jennifer Linn publications, please go to teachervip.com, or teachervip.com. Enter JL21 for your 25% discount and free shipping. Also, if you have any other questions for Jennifer, please be sure to submit it in the Q&A portion on the tabs in the live chat, and we'll get to those at the end of the presentation. So, congrats to the lucky winners, and let's bring back Jennifer.
Hello. All right, we're going to really shift gears here and go to the next book, which is Journey Through the Classics, the Romantic Collection. And if you're not familiar with the Journey Through the Classics series, just a bit of a overview. We'll look at the back cover of this to just touch base with the original set of books, which were separate books starting with early intermediate to, or no, late elementary to intermediate. So they had individual 4 books, but then also the green book there is the Journey Through the Classics complete, and had all 4 books included in there. And those have been out for quite a while and have been a big hit, by the way. So I went ahead and continued with the Journey Through the Classics romantic. And just to say what's a little different about this book is that it starts one notch higher in level. So it starts with early intermediate and then progresses on through late intermediate. There are 50 pieces in this book. They are progressive, so the early intermediate, you can see some of the Chopin easy preludes and Gurlitt pieces, and then the intermediate level has that, and then by the time they get to the late intermediate, now you're up to Chopin nocturnes. So that gives you an overview, and as the book progresses, the font size at the early level, the early intermediate, is larger than the font size of the late intermediate. So that's a kind of a unique feature to all the this Journey Through the Classics books, is that the font size changes. So even within one book, you have a little different. And the paper is this lovely eggshell vellum that's so nice on my eyes. And I think everyone likes having that. So I'm going to just do a really quick kind of, I'd like to call it a thematic index. So I want to have time for questions at the end. But to give you just a feel for this book. Oh, also the title index. Thank you. There at the back cover, there's a title index of every single piece. That's easy to find, and it has listed by that. There's also reference charts that show the title, the key, the composer, and also challenge elements, so that if you're looking for something to support maybe another piece you're working on with your student on arpeggios or alternating fingering in rapid scales, that'll sort of give you an overview of something that might coordinate with what you're teaching. So in the, I'm going to play the first piece in the book, just a little bit of it. And you may not know it, but Stephen Heller wrote this little piece, Bagpipe Etude. I don't know that he called it bagpipe, but it sort of has gotten that title from probably previous editions and editors. But it's the Opus 47, number 11, little etude. So it has a little challenging syncopation and 3/2 woven in there to give them a little challenge. So that's the first piece in the book. And then to just do another one at the early elementary level is the Lullaby by Robert Schumann. I had not taught this piece before, and I think it's a great piece. You know, I tended to stick to the album for the young, but this little lullaby from Opus 124 is lovely for voicing that top voice. we've got another one. This is the first Chopin mazurka. Oops, I skipped the chaminade air double A. That's okay. There's a nice little chaminade piece in here, the air de ballet, if you haven't taught that one. And then I played a little bit of the Chopin mazurka. I like to teach this one as one of the first Chopin pieces. It's pretty straightforward. I like the pedaling in this. The fact they have to. This is not pedaled. They have to try to connect the top voice, right? Do it with your fingers and not with the pedal. I like that. And then the air de ballet. And then what I'd like to talk about now, there's so many great pieces in here. They're all my favorites. I taught piano for 30 plus years, and it was always my goal to get a student to be to the point of playing Chopin nocturnes or Rachmaninoff, from zero to Rachmaninoff or zero to Chopin nocturnes. It's a long journey. It's not something you learn in a couple of years. I always tell parents who are coming for lessons that it'll be a lifelong love of your students and your kids who play piano. So what I'm going to talk about here is what I call the stepping stones to the Chopin nocturnes. So what I think before you try to dive into those 19 great Chopin nocturnes, there are other pieces that need to step up to that to be successful. And these are some of my suggestions that are in this book. I'm going to start with the Venetian Boat Song. That's Mendelssohn, G minor. Have to move that left hand in a continuous motion and jump slightly and keep it steady while still playing a beautiful melody on top and making it be lyrical and not wooden or too strict. So that's one of the things you need to be a good Chopin player in general. And then following up on that is another the Venetian Gondola song that you may know from the F sharp minor. So that's a little of that one. We're just keep moving here. The next one that would be nice for students to work on is one of my favorite teaching pieces. It's the Grieg Nocturne. If you haven't taught this piece, you must. It teaches so many great things. Layers, voicing, 3 against 2. And it's one of my, I think I taught every student almost this piece, if they got up to that level. Next, there's a nocturne, the John Field nocturne. Of course, he wrote nocturnes before Chopin did. So this is a nice piece. This is challenging in the fact the left hand changes sometimes every beat. So that's why I put this later in the series. And then finally, we get to Chopin Nocturne. these are the two, I put the two posthumous, the C minor and the C sharp minor nocturne in here. This is good because even some of the scale passages are, they're measured. So they're not having to do 45 notes over 15 in the left hand. So they can coordinate some of those. So this is the C minor. And then C sharp minor is the last one. And this is a great piece to teach. I've heard students play this in some of the master classes that I've given, and I'm always amazed at how musical young people can be on this piece. So I hope you like this collection. There's so many more pieces in here that I haven't gotten to talk about, but you, in particular, some unusual ones. There's a left-hand etude that is quite difficult, actually. It's challenging. And there's quite a few Stephen Heller pieces and Grieg and Schumann and Claire Schumann. The last piece in the book is the Toccatina by Claire Schumann. And so I hope you enjoy it. I know I'm sitting and playing these pieces for myself and enjoying it. So, all right. Let's see. We're doing okay. Good deal. Oh, that was the C sharp minor. Okay. Again, if you have any questions about that book, you can send them our way and I'll try to answer them. Just for the last part of the workshop today, I am just going to mention a little bit about the Piano for Kids books, actually. This is a method, a short method. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a comprehensive method. It is a starter book. And it's also a companion book to any of your methods that you like to use. Except the difference is this has instruction and it has copyrighted music as part of the instruction. And that was a challenge, I have to say, to incorporate popular music like We Will Rock You and Siamese Cat Song, Hallelujah, Happy Birthday, all of, and also Can You Feel the Love Tonight? This Land Is Your Land, Let It Go, Lean on Me, Beauty and the Beast, and they are in progressive order and with instructions. So we weren't sure we were going to have time to do this, so I'm glad we do. I have like, oh, you can see there's always a lot of instruction here on the telling them what's the main deal. They're learning two new notes on the staff, And so Can You Feel the Love Tonight is on the staff by the end of the book. But in the beginning of the book, it is, what kind of piano do you have? And, D for doghouse. I love that. I teach D first. And then they get to play We Will Rock You. I know. It's so much fun. So if you just need something, I don't know. I always tried out of more than one method book. I had one method book and usually one or another one that would support it because there was never enough music to support the concepts. So that's Piano for Kids. And what's really cool is this right here. This is audio access included. So every book has a code, and you go to howleonard.com, my library, and you can download those audio tracks. And what's unique about using the audio on your phone, students can use it on the phone, is that you can adjust the tempo. Yeah, even the pitch if you want, but you can slow it way down or speed it up, and it's a very useful tool. And that's with all of the Piano for Kids books. Let's see. We've got Christmas Piano for Kids and the Piano for Kids songbook. And I do have a track I want to play out of the songbook. This is kind of fun. So this is Piano Man. And my son Andrew Linn, is a music producer and composer in New York. And he did the tracks for me on this book. So I'm going to play Piano Man. And just a little personal interest thing is that Piano Man, Andrew used the harmonica that my dad, gave him to play. So the harmonica you hear was a little bit of my dad in my heart there. All right, here's Piano Man. There's a Christmas Piano for Kids, and I have a track for that I think's unique. First of all, you wouldn't find Piano Man in a beginning piano method, so that's fun. And then in the Christmas book, I made a very simple arrangement of Sleigh Ride, so you can hear that. If I can find it quick. All right. So that's just what you want. Christmas music already. It's too soon for that, right? Okay, thank you. I think that's going to be all time we have. We have a little minute for questions.
Yeah, great job. I think maybe about 2 questions so far. So if you haven't had a chance to submit your question, please do that. We've got some time yet. One question was, do you know, is there any plans to start offering these in digital form? Which I know the answer to that, but if you don't, I'll let you answer.
You know what? I think this individual songs are are offered, but not like a book. I don't know if is the digital book out? I don't think so yet.
Yeah, so you can find all the individual ones on Sheet Music Direct, and then we do have some of the ebooks available. I believe the romantic one is in the works, so you'll find that one soon. But right now, you can find individual pieces on Sheet Music Direct. And then the other question I saw was, where did you get that really awesome music stand behind you?
Wow.
I wanted to know too. So.
Oh, it's made out of cast iron. And my cousin is an artist and an art professor at St. John's University in St. Cloud, Minnesota. And when he was going to school at SIUE in Edwardsville, he won some award with this sculpture, and he just gave it to me.
No way.
Yeah. You know, yeah, his name's
Well, let him know there's a market for it.
It's a one of a kind, it's a one of a kind. That's why I put it in there. I thought, I just need support. And David was always so wonderful. I remember he came to a recital that I gave at University of Illinois, and I made through the whole recital. It was an hour-and-a-half recital. Played the Rachmaninoff Second Sonata, and I bombed the last line, and I was so upset. And he told me, he said, Jennifer, he said, don't you know Japanese teapot makers always put a crack in their teapot on purpose because no one is perfect.
Oh, I just got chills. That's cool.
So that's why I put that there.
Such a talented family. Oh, and then another question. What age range do you recommend for the series you just showed? So for the music for kids and also for teens.
Oh, yeah. I would say, anything from age 5, as long as they have some help with reading, you could work with it, because the beginning of this is pre-staff with the note names inside. So I would say the earliest age would be 5, more likely age 7, up to age 10 or 11. And then after that, they could switch over to the piano for teens, because I didn't get to this, but the teens books would be good for if you have an older beginner, 12 and up. It starts from the very beginning. It moves along a little faster than the kids book, but it has they do get to reading a little sooner in the teens book. So. And you know what? These are digital. You were asking about digital books. These are on digital. I have a digital book right on my iPad, so I have actually the book on here. I can show you. Like there's Piano for Teens, so I can scroll through it, and it has the tracks right in it. So that's nice. You can touch the thing and it'll play for you. Yeah, just touch the screen. So we have that on.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You find that on teachervip.com, also hellenter.com, Amazon, Apple. Another question. Do you have any sacred arrangements?
They're in my manuscripts, but they're not published. Not yet. Maybe that's something I should do. Yeah. Now I can maybe do that in the series. I was always busy with everyone's projects and I didn't have time. So not yet.
And then another one, what is an encouraging thought to share with students as they perform?
I heard them all when I was growing up, and most of them didn't work. The best thing that worked was preparation. And that means not just playing one recital a year. They needed, I suggest they get to play in front of people and videotape themselves. Encourage them to videotape and watch their playing so they get comfortable with playing for something that is, you can go back and see get a little bit of the nerves up, and encouraging that everything you play is a gift. The gift that you're playing is a gift to the listeners. They're not there to judge you. I always tell the parents at recitals, would you like to come up and play right now? Or say a word or two? They don't even want to talk, let alone play the piano. So you're brave and you're giving them a gift. And that's the greatest thing.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. All right. Any other questions?
Hello to everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah. Oh, here is one. I had a transfer student who came to me, I had a transfer student who came to me that started and just finished piano for kids. I'm not sure what method or level to put them in next. Anything?
Yeah. Well, I haven't done a book too for that, but if I had them in I don't know what method you normally use. If they haven't had another method, you have lots of great choices at Hal Leonard. Of course, I was pretty entrenched with Hal Leonard Student Piano Library for most of my career at Hal Leonard. So I have to say I would go to Hal Leonard Student Piano Library. Probably book 2 would be where I would go, level 2.
Well, excellent. All right. Well, let's see. So again, if you can get 25% off and free shipping by going to teachervip.com, just enter JL21 as your ad code. And if you have any other questions, feel free to email us at edpianowebinars@halleonard.com. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer. Any closing remarks today?
Stay positive. Stay positive. Everything you're doing with your music, maybe it's not where you want it to be, or it's not back to where it was before, but we'll get there, all of us together. And music is the greatest gift for ourselves. So take care of yourself too. Make sure you buy music or you play music and you make time for yourself and your music making.
Absolutely. Music is the greatest therapy. All right, everyone. Well, have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you again. Thanks to Jennifer Linn and this virtual workshop, Getting Creative with Jennifer Linn, and we'll see you soon.